and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. Man, don't taste Mohana Day.
Yeah,
Good deal.
good. Oh, man.
Yeah, as in, it's good to have you
Oh,
guys back, man. As in, unfortunately, under sad circumstances with the World Cup coming in, Aji, I know say we get tickets to go, but Niger just disappoint us horribly, you know. So let me first get your thoughts on. Let me introduce the guests. If you're watching us, this is the Lagosian in New York City podcast. We're all Lagosians and we talk football. Um, but let me hear from you guys your thoughts on the just 1 minute each on the failure to qualify for another World Cup, even though we're called a powerhouse. And everywhere you go, at least here in the US, they talk about Kocha, Yakini, you guys are a good team, but we didn't go again. So, thought you want to start?
Yeah, Turkey here. It's a sad situation, but altogether not unexpected because our preparation has been a shambles. Sacking the coach just before the African Cup of Nations, which was just a couple of months ago, and then also following that with some kind of lackluster performances, particularly at home to draw that game. Unacceptable, unacceptable.
Kitibs.
Hi, everyone. Kitty B here. Well, to me, I think it was lack of technical expertise. We didn't have the right coach. Egravon was not the right coach. You need to be technically sound to be able to understand how to counter the strength of your opponent. The first game in Ghana, it was not good enough. We should have scored a goal. When we came out of that match with a scoreless draw, I knew there was a problem because
Yeah.
I knew Ghana just needs to score a goal. And if they score a goal, it will be hard for us to win the game.
Mm.
And that was what happened. I placed the blame mainly on Egravon and also on the NFF authority that
Yeah.
decided to sack the German coach, the former German coach. That man did a good job, took us to Nations Cup, took us to the World Cup in Russia, has been more than decent, and he knew how to win games he should win, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the way I say it. In the World Cup, he lost to Croatia, lost to Argentina, which are good, but the other match we won. So
Yeah.
the matches that we should win, we win. The
Yeah.
matches that might be difficult, it might be tough. But I believe if it was him that was the coach, he would have done something.
Okay.
Also, we could have beaten Ghana. Also, I think we missed Ndidi in that midfield as well.
Yeah.
As as we all know, he's injured. But a coach is supposed to change the formation, bring in other players to make up for that deficiency.
Yeah.
And Eguapon failed to do that. It's very shameful
Yeah.
because I was thinking of going, but I don't think I'm going to Qatar at all.
Aji. So
well,
Kitibi has kind of gone
well,
into troubleshooting the whole ordeal. He's blaming the authorities for the most part and less on the players. What do you think? What went wrong?
well, I think personally for me, like as Nigeria as a country, football is one thing that brings us together. So if we have serious leaders, they should invest in soccer. I don't see a reason why you sack the coach that has done well just before major competitions. It makes no sense. I think the NFF, has not invested in the national team. The morale is low. Back in the day, we would see Nigerian coaches watching Premier League games live. I've not seen that in years,
Now
because of that for
COVID time.
funding. So pretty much, if you don't know your players, you don't know the team. You don't watch the games, you don't see them play.
Yeah.
Then how do you choose the right team? When you have someone like Indidi go down, how do you replace that? So
Yeah.
like Larry said and Totti said, it's a multi-systemic failure,
Yeah.
but it wasn't surprising.
Yeah.
It's just that personally it hurts.
I kind of agree that there's obviously leadership failure on the higher level. You get, but I watched the match in Ghana more than the match in Abuja. And one thing that struck me was our forward line is not bad. You have one of the best strikers in the world. Man United is rumored to want to buy him. Moses Simon is dangerous. Chukwueze is dangerous. Lookman has entered the fold. but there's no brain in that team. There's no creativity. There's no moderate. You get what I'm trying to say? That's what I felt
Yes.
we lacked. So I heard you said Ndidi a few times, and I don't know if even if Ndidi was there, he would have brought the spark out. I just think we don't have those creative midfielders anymore. Defense is not perfect, but I don't think defense failed us, so to speak, mostly that day. I just think there's no creativity. I couldn't see us scoring. I couldn't just see us scoring.
I think soccer is a team sport. So the teams that do the best, that do well the most, are the teams that are selfless. I feel like they are from I watched both games and we had chances to score in both games. It's just that the final balls were zero. We're not there. We were just kicking the ball, was wide to the left, wide to the right, over the bar. Our striker in the home game, was doing bicycle kicks in the box 18. Why? Bring down the ball, take your time. There's a player next to you, pass, do 1-2 and score the ball. Why are you doing bicycle kicks in the box 18 when we had to score a goal? It makes no sense. Why are you trying to be a hero? Just play with common sense and do simple things. And all that stems from coaching and tactical ability, as opposed to trying to do something mesmerizing. When at that point in time, that's not what we needed. So it just made no sense.
Part of it. No, part of it when I knew we were in trouble is the Ghana game. If you look at it, Ghana had 70% possession. Now, if you are a tight team, even if you are playing away, they should not have that much possession. That shows that we are not holding the ball. We are, very loose in midfield. And, the midfield is key. For example, this is a different game. Arsenal, the midfield that is carrying Arsenal. The strikers per se, Lacazette and the rest, they are not really, it's the wingers. So I think regardless of us not having, a classical number 10 or a Mikel Obi player, if you have a tactical coach that understands, he can adjust the system to, get the best result out of it. We have deadly wingers. I mean, or good enough wingers. Chukwueze, Simon Moses, but to Adipada's point, a lot of them don't play team game. They are playing, individual play game. Even the same thing I saw in the latter stages of the Nations Cup, I saw it, glimpses of it in this two-legged tie with Ghana. You get into the positions where you can square a ball or even a dangerous ball that can lead to own goal, and you want to do some, low probability, low percentage shots, or waste the ball, like Adi pointed out with our striker Osimhen. Something you can chest and then bring other people into the game. Harry Kane doesn't score every game, but even if you look at the game today, Conte was praising him. He was key to their winning the game because his movement, drawing defenders out, laying the ball for fast wingers to go in behind. At some point he's also in the box, so it's difficult to mark. You don't just stay modern football. That's part of the problem with Lukaku. Just a digression. Lukaku is waiting in the box. Modern football, you don't just wait in the ball. Feed me striker days are over. The days of Yekini. You have to be mobile, and by your moving, you create space or open space. Other people can come into the game. But all of this depends on a coach that is tactical, drilling it into the boys so that you know that, okay, even if you are here, it doesn't have to be on you. Someone else will move in, open space, draw a defender out, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
And then my other last point is this, just real quick, yeah. I felt like we're playing pedestrian soccer too slow. Back, USA 94, those guys, Okocha, Kanu, they were talented. So even if they're playing pedestrian soccer, they can dispossess, they can dribble, and open up the field of play. But when you have players that can't dribble the ball, and all the time you are playing against the set defense, you can't score any goals. And we're just too freaking slow. There's no speed, there's nothing. I needed goals. So a coach, looking at your team and what they can do. If I don't have players, I don't have a true number 10, nobody can dribble. There's no point playing slow. Then at that point, you have to speed up the game. Premiership teams, why are they really, really strong? It's pace.
Yeah, but how many
skillful
players are in the Premiership who are in the core of that midfield now?
I'm just saying that in Premiership, you can see why pace is key. You don't need to be skillful, but if you can run, your opponent will make blunders. And you have to get penalties, you score goals. But you can't be playing tiki-taka ball, passing the ball back, left, right, back, center. Nothing is happening against a sense defense all the time.
Then also, I think I look at our keeper. I think we don't have a good keeper. You know,
Definitely.
the goal Thomas Partey scored wasn't strong enough. It was like a fluke. I spoke with one of my Ghanaian friends here, and he was like, he was shocked that we considered that goal. They were not expecting it. I don't know.
People, I support. I don't know on that. That guy is he's no better. He was injured though, but he's no better. He too fumbled, but Tunisia's good now.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper used to be a strong spot before.
AFCON.
Yeah, back in the day, that was in the Rufai days.
We had a good transition, Peter Rufai, and what's the name?
Since Eyama,
you know, as in they're very good.
I think right now we really miss Eyama, because Eyama wouldn't have considered that goal.
There's a Nigerian kid in the Leicester Academy.
He's old and retired.
There's a Nigerian kid in the Leicester. Is it Leicester Academy? He's an Igbo kid. He's British kid, obviously, but Nigerian.
Keeper.
He's a goalkeeper. And I wonder if he's in one of those Premierleague. I think it's Leicester. You know, because he may be hoping to play for England. Those are the kind of people we should be. The problem is, to be a goalkeeper, you need to be developed from age 8, 9,
and the thing is this, yeah. Why I talk about as a country we are failing. You know, all these guys, Tammy Abraham, Bukayo Saka, they should be playing for Nigeria. But when they're, like you say now, when they're these academies, we don't even know them. If from now, that particular keeper you're talking about,
I saw Arsenal Academy. Arsenal Academy is Lagos. I saw the names of all those kids, different years. It were Yoruba names, Igbo names. Every year, there were like 4 or 5 Niger kids in Arsenal. Arsenal alone can feed.
And what I'm saying is this: if we have a serious football federation, all those players should have personal relationships with the Nigerian coaches.
Yes,
to visit them, so they know you, and then they might have interest in playing for Nigeria. When they have no idea, exactly. When they have no idea. When you have no idea who the heck you are as a country in the first place,
you don't have to make Nigeria before,
and then all of a sudden, you now show up when they are Arsenal first team, so they should come and play. Like, who the heck are you? They have no idea.
You need to be coaching those guys from age
15.
Yeah.
When we were 15, 16, 17.
Let me tell you, even before World Cup comes, that you have to get them.
The first team.
If you are sharp, you get them to commit and play one useless friendly, and then they are locked. They are locked in as a senior. They can play as a junior.
But at this point here, nobody's an idiot. Do you understand? If they don't know you, that friendly, they won't come.
Yeah, they need to
come.
They need to
organize. Because they don't know you like that.
Because one of the days of Okocha,
obviously.
And that one of the days of Okocha and Kanu that grew up in Nigeria, these guys are all British born. They haven't met Nigeria at all. They have no idea where Nigeria is.
Yeah. But Lookman has said
it, and we are sharp in getting him. Lookman is a good player. He's a good player.
But that is one out of 20 that we've lost.
No, but those
but
the truth
you
is,
guys are right.
Bukayo Saka, when we're going off tangent here, but Bukayo Saka is a super talent. He's made English team. He's not coming. He can't make. He's already, But they're players a level below.
Look at that Nigeria. Look at that Nigeria. Look at the Nigeria. No, look at the Nigeria Ghana qualifying matches here. Did we have a Nigerian player that was as direct as Saka would have been? None.
No, others is coaching. Others is coaching.
So, boys, can I ask question? Is Bukayo Saka, does he have Nigerian background?
Yes, Nigerian.
Bukayo Saka.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that is what we needed.
This guy.
Yes.
That's not fun. And now
I didn't even know.
Yeah, Bukayo. Where you come from?
No.
Benin Republic.
But But I
Cotonou.
wasn't sure. No, but
So
actually,
it's one in
no,
Cotonou, actually.
I knew it was Nigerian,
No.
Or
African
Togo,
background, but I
Adebayo.
wasn't sure if it was stuff. And
I-
so now
yeah.
back to that point.
Bukayo
Imagine-
Saka against Ghana, it would have been a different outcome.
They'll destroy them.
And destroy them.
Okay, guys, one
imagine
more minute.
Nigeria
Let's
has
round up. One more
Nigeria
minute.
okay, just one point. Imagine Nigeria has just like what you guys Bukayo Saka, we have Kameba, and we have
Abraham.
Fikayo.
Dude,
That is
you are
it. That
you are
is all
going
you
to
need.
you are going to
That is all.
Fikayo. See, Fikayo is still hoping to play for England, right? But the competition there is hot.
I think they've
And
locked
this
him in,
is
though.
when
Yeah,
we
I
can
think it
bring
might
him.
have
I
been
think they've
locked
locked
in.
him.
May
He
have
has
been locked in.
played in
That's true.
already.
But
Just that they
no,
know go shoot
we're
him.
going too far.
But
Just
it
go
can
down
change.
a step
But it
below.
can
You're
change.
going
But
to
it can.
find.
But it can change his nationality. I think right now
No, once you play a
they
competitive game, if you play a friendly game, you can still change. FIFA will say approve your change. But once you play a
He
competitive
play a
game,
qualifier or
like a
something.
qualifier or a tournament, you are locked in that, so you can't change anymore. But you can play as a kid. Tomori he has Canadian passport. He has English passport. I think he has US passport too, actually. You know, so he has Nigerian passport in Canada, England, and Nigeria.
Yeah.
But he played for all of them except Nigeria. But he played back and forth.
If Nigeria is serious, yeah, an assistant coach should be resident in London.
No,
Thank
they
you.
should have a full-time
In
scout there.
UK.
They should have a full-time
Yes.
ambassador
You
there.
people are saying full-time scout. Me, I said it that
Not scout.
they
Not
should go
scout. No,
for
not scout.
1 year
No,
assistant program.
No, not
The
scout.
coach.
Not scout.
No, as an
Someone
ambassador,
that has
some liaison.
authority.
Some has a liaison.
No. Not a liaison. Someone that will say to you, if you want to play for Nigeria, you will play. If you are good enough. Not a liaison. Someone that has authority.
Yeah.
That
Anyway,
have access to the players, to
guys,
the training ground,
let's finish up. We can spend an hour on this topic, but the key point is, we shouldn't be going to England to go and be finding talent, right? We should be developing talent in our own country. But I understand where you're coming from. That
You get talent everywhere. I disagree. You get talent everywhere.
no, I understand, but we should have a football
No,
development.
I disagree. I disagree.
program.
No, I disagree. Why? Because the guys in Adigule, they will see Messi and they will just pass out.
Okay.
So you did a good blend, but you have a point.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
blend.
this is the Lagosians in New York City podcast.